Well, good day, guys. Thought I'd show you my newest little thing here. I had a subscriber that sent me some grow bags. This is my first time ever growing in grow bags. And not to mention that, not just to mention that, but one thing I need to share with you also, I was given some black cow. I think I had about 6 or 8 bags if I counted right. And what I did, let me spin this around, I'll show you what I done. If you remember, I had these on the back porch. This is where we had the onions at. And I added that to these because they were settling and they needed some more soil. Now this black cow that I had, or that was given to me, it was laying out, and it had been out for several years, and the person just wanted it moved, and I asked them if I could have it, so I tried to clean it out as best I could. I thought that would be the perfect thing to put in these grow bags. I got 5 of them, and according to the paperwork that came with it, they'll hold about 2.5 gallons per bag. Now, with that being said, I've got a project that I'm going to do. Now, today is the 12th of July, so my time is really running short. But I'm going to plant me some late green beans. I'm trying to just chop this up a little bit and break up some more of the clods in it. It'll break down as time goes on. Now, this black cow is like what I remember years ago. It's the first that I put in here. It was actually a lot of junk in it. Now this has got a lot of sand, and I like that. Now it's got some roots in it. That's not what come in it. That's what grew in it, where it was setting. It was setting under an old oak tree. So I've got to try and get some of that out if I can. But I'm going to plant me some Jade Bush Beans to have some late ones. And I'm going to set the camera down for a minute, try to work this up good, and then I'll be right back, guys. Okay, I've got just a few more of my Jade Bush Beans that I had left over. I think these are actually from last year, I think. So I'm going to put 3 in these smaller ones, and I'm going to put maybe 5 seeds in the big ones. We're going to try that. All right. Tell you what I may do. I may do 2, 2, and 2. And if I need to thin them, I can thin them. This may give some of you the idea that don't have adequate space for a garden. Another option that you can do we got a nice breeze out here this morning, and these clumps will eventually break down. All right, now we'll get to these big ones. I'm going to do 5. Do 1 right there in the middle. And I'd still like to do onions back again, but I won't need these till after frost, so that won't be a problem. I'll start my onions, and I won't transplant them till about November, so these beans should be gone by then. These are bush beans, so they won't run. They'll just be like plants sitting here on my deck. And yes, they did come from Hoss Tool. Guys, if you don't know about them, I recommend you look them up online. I like doing business with them. They're very professional, and I highly recommend their products. Okay, now I have not put any fertilizer on these. Don't know that I will. I'm going to wait and just see how they do, and we'll go from there. If I think they might need some, we'll see. That black cow has aged, so I'm sure that the sun has probably leached some of the nitrogen out of it. But beans don't really need a tremendous amount. They will need some. The main thing they're going to need is some the calcium and the phosphorus or phosphate to get them to bloom. So we'll see. We'll just kind of wait and see what happens there, how that goes. While I'm standing up here on the deck, I'll give you a view of my garden, guys. Isn't that beautiful? You can see it up high up here. I've got to get down there, guys. I've got so much I've got to do. I've got to work on those tomato plants. The celebrities that are down there beside the building, I've got to work on those. And it's just, I've got to pick beans, I've got to pick blueberries. The blueberries are just about done, so that's one less thing to worry about. My cucumbers are starting to concern me. I don't know that I'm going to get that many this year. Let's walk down there a minute. I want to show you something. Okay, guys, if you'll see right here, the yellowing of these leaves, the yellow spots on them, this is something that usually don't happen till after they've been steadily bearing, and I mean bearing tremendous amounts of cucumbers for about 3 weeks. And this is what they do in their latter stages of their life. These have just started. I mean, I've just started getting cucumbers within the last week, and now that's happened. I don't understand that. I've got some in there I've got to get off. It's got big too. But I haven't even harvested enough to make a quart of dill pickles yet. And so I don't know. I mean, I'm not hurting for cucumbers or dill pickles for that matter, but just don't understand that. I just wonder if the humidity is playing a factor in it. But we shall see. And so, But look at the squash as I'm down here. I've got some in there I've got to get off. We may be canning some before the week's out. So, and guys, I know I've got a ton of beans in there. But you can see the storm that we had, it's knocked the tomatoes over right up there. And right there I've got to tie that up. The okra, I've got little okra in there. So I'm gonna have to gather that before the week's out. I see that already. And I see blooms in there. I got a video about the okra that I want to do, Lord willing. Maybe I can do it this week if I get all the stuff together. There's something I want to show y'all regarding that, a grandma trick. So while I'm out here, I hadn't said much about these lately. All right, these are the greasy beans, and you can see they're starting to run. I have not seen any blooms yet, and I can't remember, I may have put just a little bit of triple 10 on these. If I did, it wasn't much, but we've had a little insect gnawing on them. If I can keep from putting anything on them, I'm going to. A lady at work has had some issues with Japanese beetles, and evidently she's been infested with them. She said even the larva was eating the leaves. I've never had that problem, thankfully, but you know, they just come in cycles, and you have to deal with it one way or another. So, but these are looking great. I mean, they're running this lattice like I wanted them to. So these are the greasy beans. The subscriber sent me these, and so I'm looking forward. I hope I can get me a mess to try some later on this year. So just thought I'd show an update on that. Guys, I see some more okra over there. I just swung this around. But I got to get off of here. I got other things to do today. We're gonna finish this up, and got other adventures I need to get into. And guys, I just look around, there's work to do everywhere. And so we're gonna get into it, and got to take my trash off and other things. So I'm gonna close this out here. Guys, y'all have a great day. Thank you from Little NC Farmer.